had an email. Sorry, I'll just set up my thing as well because today I think you guys might have questions. So I got an email the other day, and basically what it was asking was it was about the whole setup of Chatammo, and it was saying it was quite difficult to set up and whatnot. So took this email on board. Where am I at? Out with there. Right. Any questions at all? Please feel free to jump in. Right. So I got this email asking about if there was a way to set up the various different Chatammo things. And I thought this is actually quite a good idea. There's a couple of things that we can do to actually make Chatammo a little bit better. Now, we have put some new features in there as well. We've now got started tracking each individual step of the whole flow. So that's all cool. What I wanted to do was go through a little bit of each program. And then my intention is, see what you guys actually think. So my intention is when you're actually in Chatammo, so we've got like this bit here, and it'll do Facebook and Instagram. Then underneath there, there'll be a little drop down. And underneath there, we'll take you straight off the train. So what I thought was, if we could do that for everything, right? So we've got the API channels, we've got all this little lot. So what I would like to do today, I've just realized that. Right, what I would like to do today is actually go through and show you guys exactly every little bit of it so that we'll have the training there as well. Once it's all finished, what I'll do is I'll download it and then we'll start putting it all into the various different trains inside of Chatammo. So if that sounds good, I would love to hear some thumbs up and whatnot, because that would be awesome. I can't actually see what you guys are saying because it's very, very strange, the way that I've got this thing working. So what we'll do is we'll start off in Chatammo. We'll go through absolutely everything in there, and you guys can ask any questions at all. So we've already got the Facebook and Instagram one done. Next, we're going to move on to the API channels, right? So within the API channels, what you have is you have payment, social media, email autoresponder, JSON API, SMS API, email API, and WooCommerce right now. Don't know how many people's got the WooCommerce and all the rest of it, but let's get through this little lot. So first off, one thing not to panic about is if you don't have the payments in this particular section. So if you go into API channels and you don't see these payments here, don't worry. They are there. They're in your e-commerce. It's various different levels of the membership where the various different parts are. So don't panic at all. So we've got all the various different payment gateways. So we've got PayPal, Stripe, Molly, Razorpay, Paystack, Merciado, SLS Commerce, Sangapay, Instamojo, Toypay, all the rest of them, right? So we can basically cover everything worldwide. So we know that your payment system is going to go through. So if you're living in Africa and obviously you can't use Stripe or PayPal, you can jump into one of those other payment systems and use that instead, which means that you have the whole thing. And next up, we have social media. So these are all the social media accounts that you can link in there. So we've got Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Medium, Blogger, Reddit. Please use Reddit. It's really important. It'll get you a lot of work. Google, which is coming very, very soon. I've actually got some guy working on that right now, trying to get our APIs all approved, which they're halfway there. And we have WordPress hosted and WordPress self-hosted. That means if you've got a WordPress site, you can start adding things to this straight away. Now, I've also got the email autoresponders. So we've already built in plenty of email autoresponders, so you're not going to be stuck with what email autoresponders I think you should get. Personally, if I was going to use one, I use ActiveCampaign. I love ActiveCampaign. It's an awesome software. It does a lovely job. And very soon, we should have GrooveMail added into this as well. So once GrooveMail comes into this, then you'll be completely linked up to that. Next, we have the API connector, which is to share bot access across data, different platforms. So we send data via post method only, right? So we're going to build in the back end of this. This one you don't really need to concern yourself too much with. Next, we've got the SMS APIs. This means that you can get the best deal for your SMS, no matter where in the world you are again. So we've got Twilio, Pivot, Clickatel Platform, Planet, Nextmore, SMG91, Africa's Talking, Semi SMS, Root SMS, and we also give you the option to join your own SMS system in here as well. So you can just click in here. And if you've got your own SMS system that you wanted, that will bring you up there. And you can then go and add the new API of that one. And obviously, so you can either add default gateway, custom API, or get custom API from a post, right? So it just keeps you right on exactly how you can do it all simply. Next, we have your email APIs. So if you don't want to buy an autoresponder, what you can then do is you can go into email APIs and you can use SMTP, SendGrid, Mailgun, or Mandrill, right? All of these all work within our system very, very easily, which means you save yourself an additional fair few $100 per month by running them straight through that. And lastly, in the APIs, we have the WooCommerce, cart abandonment, and product import. So if you've already got the WooCommerce store, we can then pick up on any cart abandonments that you've got, or we can do complete import of your entire system. Right, now, next thing down, we've got the Build Online Empire training. This one here, you would have got an email through from Groove, which will give you your access portal, right? It'll then ask you to create an account. Once you create an account, you can then log into it straight from here. So once I click on this, what's going to happen is we're going to be taken to the Online Empire for your login details. Log in with the details that you've got from Groove and save the details. Once you log in, then you come up with everything here, right? So we've got an awful lot of stuff in amongst this little lot, and that's going to be growing rapidly because we're really knuckling down on all this little lot before we start getting various other bits. Now, I'm going to take out this active campaign. If you want active campaign, I'll just do that. This affiliate system, I might take that out as well because I don't like this affiliate system. I prefer the Groove affiliate system, which is a lot better to use. All right, so the affiliate system, don't worry about it right now. Next, we have the comment growth tools. Now, this is a really important one. And our comment growth tools work on both Facebook and Instagram, right? Now, there's quite a lot of different things in here. So let's go through each one. So firstly, what you have is you have your comment templates, right? Now, this means this is if somebody's already commented on one of your posts, what you can now do is you can go in and you can leave a comment underneath. Now, this is really important for engagement because what this is going to do, it's going to start driving the Facebook and Instagram algorithms towards your post because you're going to see a lot of engagement, a lot of people answering, and a lot of people getting answered, which is what they actually rank higher. Now, I've done a training on that before. The training's inside of the membership sites. That's all cool. And all you do to create one is just put, let's just put this out as test, test live. We're going to add a comment. Thank you for your thoughts. Right now, really important part of this, what I want to do is not only make one comment, right? So we want this to rotate between the comments. So I'm going to add new. I normally add around about 5 onto this so that I've got a set of rotating comments. I know it's all safe and I know that we are cool in amongst the whole system. So we'll go back again. The comment growth tools. These ones are just set up beforehand. So what you're doing is you're setting these up ready for your full tag, your full automation in the campaign. So next, we've got a reply comment. Now, this is what we send to people who's left a comment, and then we want to engage them further by sending them a DM, which again increases all of your engagement, and the whole algorithm loves you and everything like this. So we've got create new template, exactly the same. So select the page they're going to be doing it for. So we'll just select breaking news. What do we want to do about offensive comments? So do we want to keep offensive comments on there? Remembering that all comments are kind of good. They all act towards the algorithm. However, I don't like abusive comments on there. So any offensive comments, I would then just tip delete, and I would put down any comments that I don't particularly like in here. So the likes of scam, all of your swear words, everything like this is all cool. You can just add them all in there with a comma. Now, you've also got select a message template, right? So if you already have a message template, you can just select it here and you know exactly what you've got, right? Now, of course, what else you can do is you can add a message template as well. So you can create a brand new template just for yourself so that we know that's all cool there. So do we want to send reply messages to user multiple times? Well, no, because you only really want to send the one message. It's going to get a bit ridiculous and a bit repetitive if you keep on sending the same message out to the same people over and over again. Let your chatbot take care of that and let it flow. Do we want to enable comment reply? Well, yes, we want to get as much juice in our post as what we can do. Do you want to hide comments after comment reply? I've just heard me thing dinging. So do you want to hide comments after comment reply? Now, this is a feature that can be used when you are when you've got a highly competitive market and you think that people might come after the people who already replied. So I know there's several softwares out there that will add people to your friends list if they've already replied to a comment, which means that they're a highly engaged person. So do you want to hide them afterwards? Now, that's completely up to yourself on if you think you've got a highly competitive market. Now, do you want a generic reply for all, or do you want to send a message filtering by words of sentence? I normally just pick the generic reply for all, right? And I'll just put in here, thank you very much for your comment. And then I'll lead them on to a complete flow. All right, the complete flow, again, really simple to do. So write a name, so test live. And the complete flow, I'll just put the message in here. Thank you for your comment. Have you seen what Chatammo can do for your business? Right. We can upload an image, we can do all the rest of it. We can decide how we want it. Do we want the first name in? Do we want the last name in? We can select a message template for things. So we can do the whole lot inside of there. Obviously, this is only going to be one message, so you could just select a one from up here. Right. So that's the message template, comment, reply. Don't worry about it too much. Select a message template for private reply. Maximum 2 reply messages is supported, right? So you can only have 2 reply messages that you can have going out from there. Now, once all that's done, then we'll just hit save. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want it running on my pages. And then next, you've got the actual automate campaign. So in automate campaign, you again pick the page that you want. And if you've already made the replies, what you'll see is the replies here. So you'll have the automated comment reply posts all in there. We'll have the automated comment reply enable posts. And the way we actually get these to work is we just click this one here, and we now enable auto reply. So we can choose the labels. So we want to label somebody all the way down so that we know we're targeting them exactly. Choose reply template. So these would have been templates I've already made. Obviously, I've deleted them all, so they're not there. And then you just press submit. Once you press submit, that's it all done. Now it's exactly the same for the for all the other parts of it. So we just click on this, and you can fetch commenters, you can check latest replies, you can leave a comment now. You can do all of this straight inside of your Chatammo account. And you can also see your full campaign reports. Right, so we can keep track of exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it. Let's go back again if we can. Right, so next we have the tag campaign. Right, now this is, as I keep on saying, make sure you tag everybody all the way down. This is going to make sure that you can keep track of absolutely everybody in there, and it means that you know exactly what's going on throughout your whole thing. Now you've got details on all of these, so we can just press the details and we can have a look at it. So this report, obviously, we haven't got a great deal in here, so there's nothing to report because mine, I haven't set it all up to do that. And then we've also got Instagram. Now, Instagram, these relate exactly the same, right? The only difference is you can't tag the people in the Instagram one. What we can do is we've still got the report, and we've now got the statistics as well, which is very, very difficult to say. So the statistics, it'll go through all of your various different pages, and it'll show you the different pages. So right now, one of our quite busy pages, which we haven't posted in a little while, is Urban Ink Chesterley Street, right? So it tells us where we're getting the people from. The United Kingdom, that's where my tattoo shop is. United States, don't know why we're getting them from there. Brazil, Mexico, no idea. It tells us whereabouts we're getting them, what languages they speak. It tells them the cities, which is the cities that I'm in. So that's all cool. It tells us all the various reaches. It gives us the follower count. As you can see, we haven't been posting very regular, so it kind of dropped off the sequences a little bit. But that takes us through more or less the comment growth tools. Really important thing. Well worth taking into account, well worth looking at, and getting your comments going out there. Now, these parts here are, subscribe manager. Forgot about this one. Right, subscribe manager. This is if you already have people who's wrote into your page, or you had a chatbot before, and you're wanting to integrate these people into this current chatbot, which means that you can start marketing to them, you can build up your lists, you can do all the rest of it. So as you can see, there's quite a few enter for giveaway, from blog conversation, got details, test, unsubscribe. And so I can find out all the different things of the various different people. So we can go through all the pages if we want to. We can scan the pages. We can make sure everybody's in the pages. We can see if they're men or women. We've got the full name, got all of the details. So we've got an awful lot of information that we can use ready to remarket. And if I've tagged them all the way down, then we know the tags all the way down there as well. So I can tailor that even further. So if we go on to something like the tattoo shop, right? So let's have a look. Urban Ink Tattoo, right? And this is going to give us the people who's already wrote into my Urban Ink, right? So I can see female, I can see Bobby artwork, I can see exactly when they all come in. I can do everything like that in there, and I can also import them all in here as well, along with their various different tags. Now, once you've imported them in, You can migrate post conversations as subscribers, which is what you want to do. You want to bring them all in and then migrate them. You want to download the results. You can assign labels to the selected subscribers. You can assign a sequence to them, or you can delete that particular subscriber. Now, one thing I would say about this, cheers, mate. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff. One thing I would say about this is if somebody has already shown that they don't want to keep on interacting with your page, please just unsubscribe them from your page. Don't drag in people who don't want to be contacted by your page, because you will get punished from Facebook. If they make a complaint, Facebook takes the complaints very seriously. So just move them all into junk mail or somewhere like that, and don't scan your junk mailbox. Right. So next we have these are all mine. These are completely separate ones. So system, subscription, affiliate system. You don't need any of those. They're not on your system, so don't worry about it. There's no need to panic about those ones. Your next one is live chat. Now, with live chat, what I can do is I can jump in here and I can chat directly to anybody who has wrote to my page. So it means I don't need to keep on logging into Facebook and logging out of Facebook if this ever comes in. So we can see all of the different things. Don't know why that's in red. It's a bit strange. Obviously, we haven't messaged her back, so that's why it's in red, because she's still waiting to be answered. Right, so next we've got Sam Galloway. We've got all these different things. All of these people we can import in, we can remarket to them, and we can add anything at all. It's going to tag us with a little human agent, just tell us it's there. Right, so it's all cool. But we've got various different ones. We can do account update if we want to contact them again. Post-purchase update. If we're going to automate it, these are the little rules that Facebook put in place. Right, but human agent is the one to keep it on when you're on doing the live, so that you know that you're in safe hands. So the last thing we want to do is knock that up. Right, next we have your Instagram bot. Now, this one can be a little bit confusing because there's two ways to get in the Instagram bot. So let's go through this one firstly. So first off, you've got your bot settings. So these are your likes of your get started, your icebreakers, things such as this. So bot flow builder, let's create new flow. So what we'll do is click on create new flow, and we're going to get our little builder in here straight away. So first off, like anything with a chatbot, what we need to do is we need to put in the various different bits, right? So let's put in a keyword to start off with. So we'll just keyword that. And the keyword's going to be tattoo. And we'll just do that as an exact keyword match, so we don't need to worry about that at all. Right, next one we want is an action button trigger. Right, now these can be used for various different parts. You can use these for different inroads into your actual chatbot. This one we're just going to do on the get started template. So that's all cool. And we're going to title that. So we're going to do Urban Ink Test. Right, now we can choose a label. So they've come in through Instagram, DM. So we know exactly where they've come from. So we know that I haven't seen any particular post that have come in through the post. We know that they've just come in through Instagram DM. So next thing we do a little text message and we'll welcome them. Now notice this new little bit. So we've got sent, delivered, subscribers, and errors. So it's going to tell us all of the various details that you're ever going to need to know straight away along your top of your chatbot. We are changing chatbot a little bit in the future, but that's going to be a surprise. Right. So thank you for contacting Urban Ink. Right. We'll put the name in there. So we've now got the name and everything else. Let's just do that. Join that up. And next we could have buttons. So the buttons we can just drag off here. Right. So we could put how can we help you? Which I would actually put on this one. How can we help you today? Right. So doing that one. This one here we could have book 2. Make that as a new post back. I've done that one. All right. Book tattoo. We don't need to select a sequence because we're not going to follow up with that one. We're going to have pay deposit. So pay deposit. And oops, button type is going to be a new post back. That actually wouldn't be a new post back. I would just send them straight off to the e-commerce store. But that's basically how we're going to build out the whole thing. So the flow just goes along, really simple. All you're doing is just put the next step each time. So if they click a button, you have one of 3 buttons. So let's just have a quick look at that. Title. That one was pay deposit, wasn't it? Deposit. Right. We don't want to select the sequence for that one because we're just going to send them straight to our, whoops, straight to our e-commerce store. So that's all cool. Wow, these mice are really, really sensitive. What you get off Mac. Right, so we've got all that little up. Now we can add various different things. So we could add images in here if we wanted to. We could add audio clips. I tend to stay away from audio and video a little bit because it can slow down the whole flow and kind of let it lose momentum. Now, the important thing to remember when you're on building the flow is keep all of your flows really short. You want to be imagining texting somebody, so you don't want to be on a long time trying to text them. You want to just give them the things nice and quickly. Now, you've also got files, so we can download files. So the books that we're just on about to release, all of those could be in your flow. You've got your Facebook media. Again, you can just copy and paste your Facebook media across. So if you've got a video on there that you want to show, that's no problem. A couple of ones I want to go through. You have card. Now, a card gives you an awful lot of options. So what you can do is you can put the reply image, you can upload an image, you can have the image have a destination link, which is always cool. You have a title, a subtitle, and of course, you type on display. Right, so all of those are really simple to do. And it comes with buttons as well. Now, each of those actually comes with buttons, which is something not all of them do. Next one, you have carousel. In carousel, it looks a little bit daunting. Don't worry about it. It isn't. So we'll just put that as a next. Right. Another thing, our chatbot actually won't let you make a mistake. So if you start looking as though you're going to make a mistake or you're trying to join something together that isn't meant to be joined together, our chatbot will stop you and say, no, you're not doing this. Now, carousels, I like to put a little bit of a type and display in here, just so I've got to wait a second just before it all comes up. Now, when you've got the carousel item, very much like a card, you can put all of the different parts in here. So you've got your image, you can use your image to click to go to various different places. You've got your title, you've got your subtitle, you have everything. Now, another bonus that we have, so you've got one link here, which can be in here. So that's your image link destination. But we can also add more and more buttons. So we can go up to 3 buttons here with ours. I know other chatbots only let you get 3 buttons in total, which makes no sense to me. So 3 buttons in total. With ours, you can have, I believe it's 9 various items in the carousel, and then 3 buttons on each. So you're looking at quite a lot of stuff that you can get done. Let's just delete that one. Right, now then, you've also got your quick reply. Now, quick reply are a little bit different than what you're going to get with a button. With a quick reply, once somebody clicks on that quick reply, it then disappears. You don't see the quick reply button again. Right, so this is used if you want to get a definite flow all the way down and you don't want people to start coming back. So the likes of quizzes, things such as this, where you're going to be basically closing them because you've got all of their answers all the way down. And by using quick replies, then that means you can do it an awful lot simpler, and it means you know where you're at. Next, you've got e-commerce. So you can set up your e-commerce store straight from here. I just tend to use the link, to be perfectly honest with you, because I don't really like doing it that way. The link's so much simpler, and it'll do exactly the same thing except each individual product. Next, you have your conditional replies. Now, this is if, for example, you've already got somebody's email address. You don't want to keep on asking for the email address. So you can put in a conditional reply that if we've already got your email address, we're not going to ask you again. Another popular one that we keep on using is ladies and gents. So if we've got ladies clothing, say, for example, in our e-commerce store, if they're registered as a lady within Facebook, we can send them straight off to the ladies department, and likewise with the fellas. So we can do that as well. Delete that. Now, I've got new sequences. These are another really important part. New sequences will lead somebody down a particular path of where they're going to be going. So once we've already gotten that path, we then want to start reminding them. So it's the same as your email follow-ups. This will actually just keep on sequencing to them. So we can set this up for years in advance if we wanted to. Now, one thing that is important is there's a 24-hour period. Now, ideally, I would say go and read the Facebook rules and terms and conditions, but you're not going to do that because nobody ever does. So I don't know why I keep on telling them. But one thing to bear in mind is that you're only allowed to get in front of somebody if you're trying to make a direct sale within a 24-hour period. Now, there is something called an OTN, which you'll see right here. And that OTN means that you can get in touch with them again after that 24-hour period for another 24-hour period. Now, there is a way around this. It's not to be too complicated. There's no need to worry about the whole thing. The easiest way to do it is after 24 hours, write them a question. As soon as they re-engage with your chatbot, you have another 24-hour period open. So you're all cool. Now, you'll also notice these little trigger buttons here as well. So remember how we used trigger keywords before? We can do exactly the same thing here, and we can take it to anywhere we want. So maybe this one wants to, we'll say old school tattoos. Old school tattoos. Right. And we can have a string match. So as long as it's in there somewhere. And then we can send them off to our old school tattoos. Right. So we can show them exactly what style of what kind of old school tattoos we actually do. And we can get them in there. Now, one of the biggest things through any chatbot at all is your user input flow. This should be used on every flow that you build. This is to build up your email list, your SMS list. This is to get you omni-channel, right? So to use this, whoops, so daisy. To use this, double click on it. Right, just put add new user input, and it's going to be email. On that one, a new question. So really simple. Just double click on it, and it's going to be. We've got a choice here of free keyboard input or multiple choice. So choice is completely yours. We want their email address, so we want free keyboard. What is your best email? Right. Reply type, we'll save it as email. We can attach an email quick reply, which means that Facebook is going to self-populate, or Instagram is going to self-populate our email address that we've used to log into Facebook. And we can select a custom field. So email again, email again. I just like putting emails all over the place, just in case. I'm very, very belts and braces. Now, we can also assign a sequence if we want to. We can assign an email and phone sequence if we've already set that up. I'm going to put a skip button. Don't put the skip button in the email. Only put it in the SMS. If people don't want to give you the email address, to be honest, they're probably not going to buy from you anyway. So it's not really worth you pursuing them too much. Right, let's just delete that. Now, another really important part is this new postback. Now, everything from within Chatammo and everything within your flow all comes from new postback. So we've got them here. We can stand new one here. And what these new postback are going to do is they're going to take somebody from outside of Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, or even inside, and they're going to bring them to a certain part of your flow so that you no longer have to worry about where each part of your flow is, which is why I always say make sure that you label these really quite well. And that is basically the builder. It looks really complicated. If you just think of it as just a simple flow where people are going along and you keep on marking people, you're going to be laughing because you're going to have all of the details that you're ever going to need to build a great flow. Always make sure you save it as well. Don't do what I've just done there because that would be a stupid idea. Right, now next you've got your bulk keyword settings. So if I'd already placed the keywords in, just like I showed you, then we're going to have all of the various different settings. So here we go. I've already got a live in the flow builder. I have a bot keyword setting of tattoo. Sometimes we don't know why this is actually happening, but strangely, every now and again it does. If you click on here, you might not see your flow in here. Now, if that ever happens to you, click on bot keyword settings or postback manager, and you'll see your flows, right? So right there, 2 flows. Don't know how they're there. In fact, they shouldn't be. Oh, this should be, sorry. It's on something else. Right, so we've got all of these. Now, this is your postback managers. Of course, we can now put that into a JSON code, which is directly from your Facebook ads. So we don't need to worry about that. We can duplicate that. We can do absolutely all sorts. We can do whatever we want with it. Now, you've also got your get started and welcome messages. Now, most of these I wouldn't actually touch too much because you're building these in your flow builder and it makes it an awful lot easier than this, right? So this is your get started reply. So this one actually comes before your flow builder. So this one here could be just welcome to Urban Inc. Right. Now, I don't use this, to be honest. Some people like it, some people don't. To be honest, I think if somebody's sending a message to you, pretty much they just click straight away and get it all done. So you got get button started. Now, I don't understand why I would ever disable that because we always want that enabled. And next we've got the icebreakers. So icebreakers, I don't particularly use on Facebook. I do use them on Instagram. So your icebreakers, we can enable them. And what we can do is we can ask people questions. So we can say pay deposit. So these are going to be the most that people are writing to. And then from the pay deposit, we're going to put it all the way down there, right? So we've got story mention templates, got all these different templates. But the pay deposit, I would then take them straight to, okay, thank you very much. I'm pleased you want to pay deposit. So let's just do that now. As a template name, pay deposit. Right, we don't need any variable set in there. We'll just have to keep this post back. Select sequence of campaigns. We're not going to really select the sequence. And we're going to do this text with buttons. Right. Awesome. Let's get your deposit. And then I'll take them off my shop. And then from here, so this button text here, button type would be web URL. And then I'll put in my shop URL there, which we have inside of Chatammo. Right, next one, general settings. So these are all your various integrations and whatnot. So you've got your MailChimp integration, you've got Sendinblue integration, you've got your Active Campaign, Mautic, Excel, SMS, email, SMS integration, SMS sequence integration. So we've got everything in there as well, which you can then go into. Now you can have mark scene status, chat with human email. I'll put that in. So the chat with human email is if you need to be hold of us quite quickly, put your email address there and we will send them out our email address. Now you've also got your action button settings. Now, again, there's quite a few on here. So you've got your get start template, you've got your unsubscribe template, and these are just templates that people are going to get if they do it. Now the email quick reply template, if you set up the way that I've just done it, you're not going to need the email quick reply template. Location quick reply template, chat with human template, no match template. And you can go into all these and you can just see what they all look like. So it's all really simple. So resubscribe template, welcome back. I'm not seeing you for a while. You will no longer miss our important updates, right? You can go in there and change that however you want it to look. Right, so chat with bot reply, all of that's all in there. Next, you've got your persistent menu. These are just direct links. So I normally have menu title, let's say old school, realism, things like this, web URL, and in there. So composer input disabled, I wouldn't bother disabling it. And the location is default, right? Now this is if you want to use a different language. So you have all of your various languages in here. So you can use any language that you want to. One-time notification post back. This one, you're going to have to set up in your actual Facebook page because it's a Facebook feature. Once it's okay by the Facebook page, you will be able to do it in here. So it's not a problem. You just set it up there. Now, another unique feature that we have is the web form builder. And this is where we can start creating web forms, which are going to ask people questions without having to go through everything within the chatbot. So we've got the header, the text field, text area, select, radio group. I have all these various different bits that you can just add in here. So we'll say text area. Right. And then we can just go in there and title them. So we'll just go in and edit whatever it is that I want to edit. So do we require it? Do we not require it? And we can just add our questions in here really simply. After it's all done, you must add a button, right? Once you've had the button, then you can save it because the button just submits it. You can save it and then it's all sorted for you. Now you've also got your save templates, which is our template little lot that we've got. So I'll go through all of the templates there. I believe there's 5 pages of them so far. We've also got sequence messenger settings. Now this again, I would build inside of our flow builder because I think it's a lot simpler. We used to have to build everything through the tree, builder. We still have that in place, but it is so complicated. So the classic builder, I wouldn't really touch. It's very time consuming. This one's not quite so bad on the actual thing, but if you're building up the entire chatbot through the tree view builder, it just turns into a bit of a nightmare. Right, messenger engagement. So we have the checkbox plugin, sent a messenger, which is what I would use in front of my funnels, m.me link, which is a plain simple link. These two are very, very similar. Just that one, obviously, you check a box. And I've got the customer chat plugin, which is this little bad boy right here, which will help with your SEO and give you an awful lot more SEO juice, shall we say. And what that SEO will do, because people are spending longer on your actual chatbot and longer on your website, then Google will see that and they will start rewarding you for that as well. Now, I've also got the user input flow. Don't worry about this one. We're going to build that, remember, in the flow builder. And my list of domains, not really something that you're going to ever need to really use. So that's really quite simple as well. And at the bottom, of course, you've got your subscribers. How many people subscribe to this? So 5,860. I was going to say it's my tattoo shop. So we've got 5,000 subscribers in here. So we know that all them are brought in. And we know that we can contact any of those anytime we want to. Sorry, but more stuff popping up than anything else. Right, so I'm going to take a quick break because I need a cup of coffee, and then I'll jump back on and we'll go through more of these various different settings. So if there's been some use to you, and thank you so much as well, Jeff, for writing. It really does mean a lot. If there's been some use to you, I would love to see some comments. Anything that you guys want me to build in, like, do you like this whole system, what we're going to be doing, where we're going to have the train underneath? So as soon as you start, then you can say to people, right, if you just click the down button, you're going to be able to see the train, and you're going to be, why have I clicked on that? You're going to be able to see the train, and you're going to know exactly what to do. So the train, such as this here, so all the way through, they're going to be able to see the train on each bit. So hopefully you guys like that idea. What we are going to do is the train sets you up over onto, that's the one, sets you up over onto my WordPress site, because at the minute we'll have a couple of little problems with online there. At the minute I've got their support on us at the moment, so we're trying to get their support to come and get us sorted, and then we're going to have everything in place as well. So this might be getting switched over to Groove once we get a report from them. Okay, so hopefully this is helping. If it is helping, that's awesome. I would love to hear any comments that you've got. If it isn't helping, then please tell us what you think would help more. And if you give us about 10 minutes, I will be back on once I go and get my dogs and make myself a cup of coffee and all the rest of it. Okay, so thanks for watching so far.